Did not expect this to be the kind of video I would be posting on my channel after a year or two of inactivity, but here we are. Not the kind of video I wanted to make, but this is something that has been an ongoing issue. Normally, I'd let this go, but I just can't. Not with what's happened, and this has been something that's been weighing on me ever since July 21st, I think, around that date. I can't remember exactly. Now, and I'll go ahead and link the original video in the description. I'm not trying to play the victim and be like, oh, I'm the one that's in the right and they did everything wrong, which isn't true. I admit there's stuff I did on my part that was bad. All right, I'm not playing the victim. I'm not saying I'm in the right. This is something where none of us were in the right. We were all in the wrong. None of us were in the right. Now, I was playing Ink Game, and these kids were saying stuff to someone, and I tend to get angry very easily about that kind of stuff. I'm short-tempered in that department, so I started lashing out at them in the game chat, and then they wanted to drag the whole thing to Discord to mess with me further. Now, the first clip I'm about to show you is the chat log from when they first added me. Now, normally I would include the call which occurred. However, they've already included that themselves. So, like I said, I'm not a saint, but neither are they. And they do still have some context related to what happened. So go and watch their video. If you want to listen to the full call, they can say whatever they want to say. Just listen to the phone call. Anyways, so throughout my time on that server, they have threatened me, as you're about to see. They've joked about me being a pedophile. They've tried spreading a rumor that I was saying the N-word, along with a few other stuff. I'm not going to waste any more of your time, so here's that clip. So after that phone call ended, or Discord call, whatever, they got my mom's phone number, which was my fault. I sent them a picture of myself to just go along with whatever they were doing because I was initially finding it amusing. It was like a mixture of mad and amusing. Now, when I took a photo of myself, I forgot that there was a thing in the background on this wall right here, which I since tore down. Reason should be obvious. That had my mom's phone number. So they got a hold of her number, and they started calling her, and the same stuff, like accusing me of saying the N-word and a bunch of this other stuff. They started accusing me of saying that stuff to my mom to try and get me in trouble. They were harassing my mom. And I would love to show you guys her contact list, but I don't wish to include her in any more of this. This is something that stressed me out, excuse me. They've harassed my mom, calling her repeatedly, and they somehow got my phone number, which I honestly have no clue how. But they were doing the same shtick to me. They were adding my phone number to these logs, which, like I said, I'd love to show you, but this is something I just want to put behind me. And you guys I'm already getting my point across, that being these people have left out like a good 70% of the context. Like I said, neither of us are in the right. We both did some things, I admit, and I am the one that started this whole debacle. Now, I felt bad and I went to apologize the following morning. Here's a brief clip of that. Hi, me from the future here. There's one there's one thing that I think is worth mentioning. What I'm about to show you is a brief segment from the chat when they added me back when I went to apologize, as previously stated by me from an hour ago. What? You miss it? Let me go back. This. This right here. Now, I want you guys to take a long, good look at his response to me wanting to apologize, and this is what he says. This can pretty much describe the whole situation in a nutshell. This single image right here should tell you all that you need to know about these people, and this image should be enough to let you know what kind of people these guys really are. And now, after this, you'd think maybe things would patch up, be back to normal. And yes, I went back to the group chat. We all said sorry. And I was thinking, okay, that's the end of it. We all learned a lesson. And hopefully we'll be able to move on. But no, because I found out through my mother that they were still calling her and they were still messaging her. And so obviously that irritates me. So it's clear they haven't changed at all. Now, if I said anything right after, but if I did, I'm going to show it on screen right about now. But if I didn't, then around September or August of last year, right as my summer break was coming to a close, right as it was concluding, he added me. He wanted to add me as a friend on Discord. So I was obviously pretty ticked off. So I add him, and I could tell you what happened. You guys can already take a good guess. However, this is also when I started to lose it, and I insulted them too, which I am going to show everything. I'm not about to hold anything back, so here's the clip of that. And then after that, it's it's not until last night, so January 15th of 2026. It's the day after, as I'm recording this, 11 in the evening. Now, I add the main one of them. I add one of them back because, as you saw, what I said to them at the very end, I felt bad. Like I said, I'm short tempered. I try not to be. I've been working on myself in that department, so I felt bad. So I added him back, and I apologized to him, and then I wanted him to apologize to me. And I'm going to keep talking, but I'm going to show that stuff on screen as I do so. And so, yeah, you get the context. And so, anyway, so when I joined the group call, obviously, to no one's surprise, as a matter of fact, to one's dismay, they're still being the dumb little kids they are. They're still all sarcastic, stuff like that. They start making these statements again. and a bunch of that, and just a bunch of other stuff. Now, and again, they never apologized. I was the one who apologized, but that's fine. And as I was scrolling up in their chat to get everything that they've ever threatened me with, have accused me with on camera, that being in their Discord server, which was for whatever reason named the Alec Gamer 40 Fan Club, humor, I guess. And that's when I saw they made that one video of me on YouTube, which I honestly have no problem with. And like I said, just my mom's phone number is in that video. Please just leave her out of this. She's suffered enough through this whole thing, and this is the last. And this is the last that I'm going to show you of the messages that have since then ensued in the group chat, and that's about all I have to say about the situation. My advice for those online is to stay safe. Don't do what I did. Don't egg it on. Don't even try to start an argument. Even if it gets you mad, you need to learn to let it go, as I since have learned to do. So here am I, so just don't do what I did. That's all I can say. The internet is a dangerous place. It has plenty to offer, both positive and negative, and that's all I can really say. Take care. Peace.